All right, good morning, everyone. It is 10:27 on the 13th of July, 2021, and today I get to do a $359 recap. I traded BLIN and WORX a couple of times. Uh, Pretty tough trade on WORX. I only traded it once. BLIN I traded a couple of times. Let's go over it here. Oh, and actually, I'll go over OSAT too. But first off, the first trade on WORX, I traded it for the break of this high right here and quickly sold. I made about 9 cents profit on, oh, actually, I traded it twice. I made 6 cents profit on 500 shares and 9 cents profit on 500 shares. And I remember the first trade that I took was for a break of this candle right here, and it ran up. I got it in. It broke 434, and I got in around 445 or so. And it made a decent. It started. It looked like it was just starting to get ready to take off, but then you can see here in the next candle, it started tanking. Sellers were coming in big time, and so I dumped it before it went red on me. So okay, so then the next break of 434, I didn't get in. I was looking for the break of 466, and this time I managed. It started to. I got in right at 466 on this one, and it started to run up. I was like, okay, let's see if it can break five. But then sellers came in again, and I dumped it really quickly. I mean, really quickly, for a profit of 9 cents that time. So, on let's see, 1,000 shares, I managed to make just a little over $70 on those 1,000 shares. So it's kind of like, yeah, not an easy stock to trade, and it definitely the correct break would have been over the open. The correct place to have played it would have been right here at 396, but I wasn't paying attention to it at the time when it broke 396, and so I didn't get in on that trade. That would have been 396 to 466. That's a much better trade than the two trades that I took. But that's where it goes. That's trading. So then next up, BLIN. I traded BLIN. Maybe 2 or 3 times. Let's see. I traded it 2 times. Okay. So I was paying attention to BLIN for the break of the open right here. Break of the open price. It opened at $8.58, and I managed to make 12 cents on this trade. Yeah. So I got in right at about 860. And then it started to run up, and it ran up quite well. This was let's see, 500 shares, and and so I sold it. Basically, it ran up, and I was like, okay, it's gonna keep running. It started to consolidate, and I was looking for, after this consolidation period right here, I was looking for the next break to the upside, and it didn't give it to me. It shook me off, and so I wound up selling for about a 12-cent profit per share over that 858 level, and so I sold it somewhere in here, I think it was after it broke down below this 891 level. So unfortunately, that didn't work out too well. And so the next level was 925. And I got into 500 shares at $9.30, and it made a really nice run up here to 1001. But I sold it really quickly, and I think it was either this candle or this candle. I think it was this candle right here, where it really started to run, and then it pulled back again. I made 45 cents. So I got in right at $9.30, and then sold it at $9.75. So I got the bulk of this candle right here. And then, if I'd hung on, I could have gotten a few more cents out of it. I could have. It would have been nice. But it really just started to fall down after that. So, yeah, that was a $359 recap. Okay, so OSAT, I'm going to take this trend line off of OSAT real quick. So I had a level at 1358 for OSAT. And this candle right here, if you look at the timestamp on this candle right here, it's 9:36, and the next candle is at 9:41. And so the circuit breaker halt was right before 1357, which is this sort of morning. This is not exactly a pivot, but it's pretty close to a pivot. And so I was like, okay, over that pivot, then I'm going to get action. Well, it squeezed into a halt at, let's see, 1354. So it was 3 cents away from my entry level. And so then it opened up, and it opened up considerably higher at 14. Let's see, it opened at $14.13. And so I wasn't able to get a trade in on OSAT. I have this 1255 level marked off from a gap from, I don't know how long ago it was. We'll take a look here real quick. Let's see. This is the daily. Where is that? Why am I not getting a gap? Why am I not getting, oh, there, okay, there it is. It's just really tight. So so here's the top of the gap where it gapped down. Now, actually, technically speaking, the top of the gap is at 1450, but it's most often that the stock price resistance or support is going to be closer to, technically the gap is from 1450 down here to $4.10. That's technically the gap. But that's not really the way it works. The traders just tend to, take the sort of the closest point to the gap. I don't know how else to explain it. Like this is the gap right here. This portion right here is the gap, but this price is closer to the gap. So 1255 is a more important price level. So going back to today on the 1 minute chart, you can see 1255 acted as sort of generally support and resistance. You can see a lot of activity around 1255. And so the break at 1255 down here obviously would have been the better, this break right here would have been the better entry. Made a really nice run from 12, so I'm just going to call it 1255 here, up to 14, as high as 1481. But, I didn't take the entry. I was looking for the break of this morning pivot. I couldn't get into it because it was going into a halt, and I couldn't trade it. So there's trading circuit breaker halts and momentum and stuff. You have to be really careful because obviously you can see quite a bit of price variability. And suppose I'd gotten in at 1357 or had gotten in up here high, at say 1415, in the next 2 minutes it was back down to 1257. And suppose I'd traded 1,000 or 500 shares or something like that on the stock. That represents a $750 to $1,500 loss in just those 2 minutes if I'd tried to get in up high. So I get to be happy with the $359 update. I'm going to call it a day here. It's after 10:36, and things really did slow down right into the 10 o'clock hour. I mean, everything just kind of after the first kind of 2 sessions right here, leading up to the first 10 minutes of the day. I mean, this is 9:42. That's 12 minutes into the day. WORX peaked at 9:39. That's 10 minutes. BLIN's a little bit different. It peaked about 25 minutes into the day. So yeah, I'm just going to call it a day here. Take my $359 and go home. Be happy with it, and then come back tomorrow and see what's going on. All right, everybody. Keep your risk tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you at tomorrow morning's strategy session. I am out.